Philippe Starck is a French designer who has become widely known since the start of his career in the 1980s for his interior, product, industrial and architectural design work. Career: the son of an aeronautical engineer, Starck studied at the École Commando in Paris. An inflatable structure he imagined in 1969 was a first incursion into questions of materiality, and an early indicator of Starck's interest in where and how people live. Starck's iconoclastic designs brought him to the attention of Pierre Cardin, who offered him a job as artistic director of his publishing house. At the same time, Starck set up his first industrial design company, Starck Product, which he later renamed Urbic after Philip K. Dick's novel, and began working with manufacturers in Italy Eurodryad, Alessi, Cartella Euro, and internationally, including Austria's Drimmer, Vitra in Switzerland and Spain's Disform. His concept of democratic design led him to focus on mass-produced consumer goods rather than one-off pieces, seeking ways to reduce cost and improve quality in mass-market goods. In 1983, the French president François Section Mitterrand, on the recommendation of his Minister of Culture Jacques Lang, chose Starck to refurbish the president's private apartments at the École Les Copyright. The following year he designed the Cafard copyright costs. Starck's prolific outputs expanded to include furniture, decoration, architecture, street furniture, industry, bathroom fittings, kitchens, floor and wall coverings, lighting, domestic appliances, office equipment such as staplers, utensils, tableware, clothing, accessories, toys, glassware, graphic design and publishing, even food, and vehicles for land, sea, air and space. The buildings he designed in Japan, starting in 1989, went against the grain of traditional forms. The first, Nani Nani, in Tokyo, is an anthropomorphic structure, clad in a living material that evolves over time. The message was clear: yes, design should take its place within the environment but without impinging on it. An object must serve its context and become part of it. A year later he designed the Asahi Beer Hall in Tokyo, a building topped with a golden flame. This was followed in 1992 by Le Baron Vert office complex in Osaka. Starck's buildings, while dedicated to work, are no less instilled with life and its constant effervescence. In France he designed the extension of the École Nationale Super Copyright Rue des Arts d'Art Copyright Correctifs in Paris. The Alhóndiga, a more recent project, is a 43,000 square meters culture and leisure venue in Bilbao that opened in 2010. Starck, who loves ships and the sea, designed the new infrastructure for the Port Adriano harbour on the southwest bay of Palma de Mallorca, and was also artistic director for the interior. It opened in April 2012. He also designed Steve Jobs' yacht, Venus, which launched in October 2012. For the past 30 years Philippe Starck has been designing hotels all over the world, including the Royalton in New York in 1988, the Delano in Miami in 1995, the Mondrian in Los Angeles, the St. Martin's Lane in London in 1999, the Sanderson, also in London, in 2000, and the complete 2001 renovation of the historic Clifton San Francisco with its updated Art Deco bar, the Redwood Room. In South America, Philippe Starck designed the inside and outside of a hotel Fasano in Rio de Janeiro in 2007 using materials such as wood, glass and marble. He then turned his attention to luxury hotels, in 2008, Le Meurice and the Royal Monceau in 2010. From 1990, Philippe Starck embarked on another crusade to democratize quality designer hotels, beginning with the Paramount in New York. Offering rooms at $100 per night, it became a classic in its genre. In 2008, Starck brought this generous, humanist concept to Paris as the Mama Shelter. A second Mama Shelter opened in Marseille in 2012, with a further 3 scheduled for 2013 in Lyon, Bordeaux and Istanbul. In 2010, Philippe Starck opened the Riche Hotel at the Dune du Pilat. In North America, in the 2000s, Philippe Starck with entrepreneur Sam Nazarian created the concept for SLS, a chain of luxury hotels. The bazaar lobby at SLS Hotel in Beverly Hills quickly became a public space with its tapas restaurants, Norwegian health bar, parsentissary and a mosque concept store. As someone who believes in nurturing both body and soul, Philippe Starck has several restaurants to his credit: Bon, Mori Venice Bar and Le Parades du Fruit in France, and the notable launch of Katsuya in Los Angeles in 2006, the first in a series of Japanese restaurants. The Etrigo opened in Cap Day in 2011. More recently, he designed both the inside and outside of Marco Cotte, a new restaurant that launched in September 2012 at the Saint-Ouen Flea Market near Paris. In 2013, he designed Miss Co, an Asian-centric concept restaurant in Paris. In November 2011, Loda Group appointed Philippe Starck for You inspired by Starck, to design the residential development at New Cuf Parade, Mumbai. In November 2012, Starck published his first book of interviews, Impression des Leurs, with Gilles van der Putten. In it, he delivers an incisive, offbeat view of the challenges facing the world to come: ecology, solidarity, youth, science, and, as a humanist, suggests ways we can make a difference. Democratic design and democratic ecology. Through his democratic design concept, Starck campaigns for well-designed, quality objects that are not just reserved for an elite. He would put this utopian idea into practice by increasing production quantities to cut costs and by using mail order, via Les Trois Suisses. In January 2013 he redesigned the Navigo Travel Pass. One of the ways Philippe Starck makes design available to all is his plastic furniture, producing pieces such as the Cartel Louis Ghost chair, over 1 million of which have been sold. From Fliwickerill toothbrushes to bathroom fittings for Duravit, Hans Grohe, Huish and AXA, from Alesis Juicy Life Lemon Squeezer to Zikmu speakers, Zik headphones by Parrot, Laguiole knives, Starkey's glasses by Mick Lee or the luxurious Marie Coquine lamp for Baccarat, Starck is part of our everyday life. Sometimes pointed political messages can be found in projects, such as the subversive gun lamp, the Super Arca moon floor lamp, in fact a giant architect's lamp standing 214 centimeters high, the High and Hood lamps he imagined with the American artist Jenny Holzer, and the chandeliers in the Dark Side collection, featuring the Zenith chandelier. With environment and ecological concerns, he created the Good Goods catalogue with La Redoute. He also set up AOA, an organic food company. His latest eco-friendly designs are the V+ Voltice electric car with Voltice, the Pebble bike for the city of Bordeaux, Zorton chairs for Magis, and Broom by Amico. His work is seen in the collections of European and American museums, including the Musée Copyright National d'Art Moderne and the Musée Copyright des Arts d'Art Copyright Correctifs in Paris, the MoMA in the Brooklyn Museum in New York, the Vitra Design Museum in Basel and the Design Museum in London. More than 660 of his designs were inventoried in French public collections in 2011. Philippe Starck was the first designer to participate in the TED talks. Alongside his work, Philippe Starck partnered with Moustache Bikes for the creation of the most beautiful e-bike of all times. The MASS is a portfolio of 4 e-bikes that use a Bosch electrical engine and battery pack. References: an internationally renowned designer of furniture and objects having simple but inventive structures. His work symbolically expresses forms and space. Le Petit Larousse Illustre Copyright 2012, Leanna Copywriters 80, Flammarion, 1984, The Who's Who of Design. Name: Starck Philippe, born January 18, 1949, son of André Starck, aeronautics engineer. His family originally coming from Alsace region, before his grandfather had moved to Paris. Studies: École Commando in Paris. Profession: designer, boss of Urbic. Distinctions: Award for the Paramount Hotel in New York, Best Design Oscar for the Beneteau Yacht. Platinum Circle Award, Designer of the Year. Management Na Degree 24, p. 122, February 1997, Designs on Love, Le Monde, February 10, 2008. Philippe Starck pulled off his first feat with his interior for the Parisian nightclub and restaurant Les Bains Douches, followed by Cafar copyright costs, psychoanalysis of the Starck object, Le Monde, January 27, 1994, the master of metamorphosis, Philippe Starck has transformed this former oil and wine warehouse into an arts and leisure center. Each function has its own space, defined by set theory. The Gyroscope, June 2010, just over a year since the death of Apple's founder, Steve Jobs' yacht, designed by Philippe Starck, was moored in the Netherlands where it is being completed. L'Express, October 2012, Thornburg, Barbara. Suites of San Francisco. Los Angeles Times. Retrieved June 26, 2014. Starck invents tomorrow's luxury hotel. L'Express, September 15, 2010. Starck reveals all. Les Permilchos, January 15, 2010. Dinner is served with Philippe Starck. Le Figaro, 242,007. Loda Group partners with Philippe Starck Partners. India Infolin. December 28, 2011. Retrieved December 22, 2013. Sharjah, Sunana. Loda bets big on central London, Canadian Embassy is just the first stop. First Post. Retrieved December 22, 2013. So it is absolutely possible to talk about a utopian project with Starck, in our registered trademark T. Heilbron, Starck in Words, 2003, Philippe Starck waived his fee for designing this new generation card, said Transport Authority STIF. Its pared-down design is intended to make it last. Le Parisien, January 2012, I'm against beautiful objects. I prefer good objects. I'll stop when my chairs cost $50. L'Express, October 22, 1998, Philippe Starck sets in motion an education of the masses. To the greatest number of people, he distributes forms that educate the eye. €1 from the minute to the immense, Starck marks out the paths that reconcile aesthetic, ethical and political. Michel Onfray, Starck in Words, 2003, I'm convinced that for many, the political nature of his work is not only hard to detect but of little interest. Yet for most of us, the most sensational thing about Starck's architecture and design is the combination of fun and the unexpected. Zoom sur Philippe Starck, Courrier International, September 2, 1995, Design Portal, 20th and 21st Century Objects and Furniture in French Public Collections, Philippe Starck Desenho Amaïbi la bicyclette et la copyright Triker. www.mesmetors.net Barrows. September 15, 2014. Retrieved September 15, 2014. External links, Starck.com. Philippe Starck's official website, BBC Imagine. Exquisite Corpse Game, contribution by Philippe Starck. Philippe Starck thinks deep on design. Talk at TEDA. Ideas worth spreading. Philippe Starck designed the most beautiful e-bike of all times.